Hey there, Father Michael here. Just about to leave church after a busy day here. I'm thinking of the 28th Psalm, verse 7. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in God, and it is God who helps me. So, I just moved to a new address, and sleep pattern's been a little bit irregular. And I was up one day last week, a little earlier than normal, and I was on the road before my usual time, and I happened to see a group of really young kids, elementary school kids, waiting at the bus stop on a cold morning. And there were a fair number of parents there with them, fathers and mothers, holding their children's hands and just standing there, just being with their kids before the bus arrived. Well, so the bus is pulling up as I'm going by this little tableau, and kids are starting to go up into the bus, making their goodbyes with their parents. And one dad in particular stood out to me because it was clear that his little girl was not in the mood for any of this crap today. She was really making it quite evident with her body language and her apparent inability to move that she was not getting on that bus. Not today, Satan. And Dad was bending down, giving her a little bit of redirection and guidance, and it must have worked because when I looked in my rear view mirror, I saw that she must have gotten on the bus because Dad was standing there waving to her as the bus was filling up with kids. Exactly the same way with us, holding our hand at the bus stop, gently leading us, guiding us to safety, sometimes giving us just the right word of encouragement we need, especially on those days when we're just not in the mood to go to the school of life. I've had a lot of different careers and jobs in my life, starting at age 14 with a paper route. I have been a waiter and an underage bartender with a fake ID. I have been a successful sous chef and baker. I have been a custodian, and I have been a groundskeeper. I've been a student, and I've been a parent, and then a student again. I've been a French translator, a boss. I've been a teacher of middle school and high school students. I have been a musician and a ballet dancer and an actor, and I have taught college classes as an adjunct professor. I have taken a lot of classes, and I have gotten a fair number of pieces of paper to hang on my wall if I so choose. The last one being getting certified to be an addictions specialist. I have been a cantor in the church, a subdeacon, a diac, a deacon, and finally an ordained priest with dual standing in two different denominations. And in every one of my incarnations, if you will, I have clearly been guided by the gentle hand of God. Right now, as I'm standing here in church, ready to turn off the lights and get the heck out of here, I've just finished my second Sunday gig celebrating Mass for the parish of Holy Redeemer. The snow, if you're watching this locally, the snow was falling pretty heavily earlier, which normally would have been kind of a good experience for me because I'm still a little boy when it comes to that first snowfall. But it is only November, and we are not getting on that holiday spirit bus today. Not today, Satan. Nonetheless, I'm feeling grateful today on a deeper level because I know for sure that I'm right where I'm supposed to be, that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I've said that a lot in my life, and it's always been true because God has helped me along the way, guiding every step, keeping me mindful of my strengths as well as my limitations, and just nudging me to be open to whatever comes next. Confiding in God, conversing with the inner Christ consciousness that is within me, listening to the voice of God as best I can when I pray, and seeking guidance from other spiritual people, all the ones that God has sent me over the years, and receiving answers. All of those things, they've been the mainstays of my life, even when I was lost for a time in my addictive behaviors. Looking in the rear view mirror, like I did earlier this week, witnessing the tender, nudging effect of a parent who loved his daughter, I can see very clearly over the many years of my life that God has been that gentle, guiding, parental presence all the way through. It's real easy to see that in retrospect. The same God is doing the same footwork for every one of us. So maybe you're in a place right now where you're not quite sure where you are, what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to be when you grow up. It's all right. Just listen. Pay attention. Focus on your strengths and on the opportunities that life is presenting. And just do the next right thing. It'll all work out, because it always does. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in God, and God helps me, even when I don't want it. Pray with me. Loving, indwelling God, we come into your presence on this snowy day, mindful of all the times you have guided us through challenging times. As we consider the blessings of this life in this season of Thanksgiving, help us to also realize that we have been a gift to others in this life. Help us to be mindful of all of our assets as well as our deficits and limitations, that we might humbly engage in doing the work of building your dream for humanity. Help us to see those who need our particular brand of assistance, and let us find a generous heart to do what Jesus would have done.